What's going on, everybody? This is our real world content team meeting for the 18th of April. So it's a great time. I'm Jan. We got Mike here, and so I was just telling Mike that I'm his content every week is just like massively improving, and it's just like it just keeps getting more entertaining, and the editing keeps getting better. So, dude, it's thank you for putting in that consistent effort.
Well, they say it helps to screw up, no teach like failure. So every time I try to do something that I maybe shouldn't do, it doesn't always work, but I learn what does.
Well, I mean, it's great because I have a few friends that not necessarily related to what we're doing with ReelwUrld directly, or if they have or JFH, or if they have been involved, they still have their own things going on, and they just seeing what that does for them, that consistency, and like I'm like watching their videos, I'm like, wow, this stuff's getting better like every week. And so just seeing it makes me super happy to know you're on our team and that's happening on our side too. So yeah, it's really dope.
Well, for ReelwUrld, that should be the goal for everybody. That
I agree.
anyone can just show up and get that every week. I mean, sure, maybe if you went to film school and have a really good foundation already, you're not going to improve as fast because there's such a thing as threshold. A lot of people have talent and just don't really connect the dots. So I think that's some place that we can really come in handy.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, it's beautifully said. I love the if you're not in film school, if you're not, but you have this wonderful production studio, every week we should be helping. At the very least, if we can't do the auto editing and all the other stuff inside the app, it should be the opportunities, the creative opportunities inside themselves should help push you to a higher level. And I think that I'm hoping that's what we're achieving right now. I mean, I feel like with Eric, we've seen that happen with his content. Like he's doing something every. When he was doing his series weekly, it was like every week it would just keep getting tighter, and his sense of timing got better, and so yeah, I'm feel deeply and very strongly about that, man. So what was so you put your I just checked the app and I saw your I saw the post on social, and I saw the post in the app too. If you could also upload to the off rails challenge on the development side, your journey challenge, your truncated journey challenge, it's so funny. That's from last week, but if you could upload that.
Yeah, I did. If it's not there, I'll put it again.
So, you did upload it to the, because I saw the one from today.
Let me make sure it's my profile real quick.
Okay, yeah, let me know, because like one thing I'm seeing, and we can do this on the app test, but like this is your video from today.
Yeah.
And did you see that too? Is it black on your side?
No, when I saw it, it was the little blue blip screen,
Okay, so the if you can do a screenshot of anything and replace that image so that anything that's coming from our team looks a little more intentional, like the way I did this, I just took a screenshot of the actual video on my phone, cropped it, and uploaded it to knowing that it's going to fit in that 16:9 aspect ratio, that the horizontal rectangle. So if you could do that for this one, but for whatever reason it's not playing smoothly on my phone. Oh, now it is. Okay, great. Now it's playing smoothly. So I was going to ask you if you were having the same challenge, but yeah, if you had any challenges. Oh, hold on. Off rail short film. Now I see it. I didn't see it when I was here before. Perfect. No, it's already up. So thank you, man. This is great.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I was having some issues when I first opened it up because your screen was obviously it's still black. And then I pressed play and something popped up on the top of the screen that like some text that I've never seen before, and then it just disappeared really quickly. And then the whole page reloaded. So I was just like, okay, maybe something's going on here. So I'm super happy to see that. And I'll, definitely will message the guys, the rest of the team. Oh, here's Guru. Wonderful. 337.
Hey,
Mr. Z, aka Guru, aka Kaba.
Hey, hey.
What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
Of course, I'm heading in to work the playoff game tonight, second round two.
Nice, man. Well, I hope you have an amazing event. I was just like searching through everybody's profiles to check some of the content, and I saw you and your buddy with the microphone.
Oh,
Dude, so I am thank you for posting your cowboy challenge. I saw it on the app as well. If you can upload your pretty much anything we're doing on social, if you could upload it onto the app as well. So like whatever challenge you were taking on from last week and the truncated 15-second video. And then I'm not sure if you saw Sensei's over here.
I saw Sensei. Sensei's made me go back and look at mine and rethink it. I was like, oh, this is really good. Mine. So what the struggle I was having while putting it together is it didn't come out to 30 seconds. It came out a lot longer because what I was doing was I was explaining right before I filmed it, and then I have a finished product that came out actually to be a minute and a half.
Oh, wow.
Because some beats, like there's the beats that I was going off of, they're the like the fun and game section and the setup, like those take more than like 2 seconds because it kind of gives you the summary of the world, gives you the theme stated also at the same time, and then like in fun and games it was all it was all about like kind of showing you a little bit of like what's happening in the world, what can be possible, and then it sets it up for what's to come. But yeah, I was just noticing that I was like, oh, this is a lot longer. So I was mulling around refilming some of it just to get what I was looking for out of it.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, I can't wait to see it. What's going on, creator, aka David? Thanks for joining us. And thanks for listening. I know you're at work. And so, oh yeah, man, just for, let's say last week, what were we doing last week? Last week we were catching up on the week before, which is this challenge we're talking about. So when that's ready, Guru, that's great. And David, it's super interested to see something from you in a similar manner. The journey challenges in 15 to 30 seconds or so, and check out what Mike has done on his Sensei Claus account, because it's pretty spectacular and really funny and really efficient. So definitely check that out. And since we don't have anywhere on the app to place that, please put it on the off rails, upload it to the off rails section.
Question.
Yes.
Do you want us to have separate profiles for our heroes? Because I know I'm building off of my own like profile and whatnot, but like
Not necessarily.
I saw that I see Creator has one, Sensei Claus has one, Vintage. I was like, wait, when did everybody get JFH? When did this become? Yeah.
There were like I think the first two heroes that do it were Devil Shocker and Noctis. And so then they did it a few years ago, and then a bunch of folks started doing their own. I think Mouse may have his own too, Mouse JFH, but it's not really necessary. It's just more so like, the whole point of this is that the social, I mean, I think that everyone knows that social is essentially a funnel to wherever we want the attention to go to. So when it comes to a JFH post, posting that on your own is fantastic. Obviously with or on your own JFH account, either one is great, but it's really about centralizing all the eyeballs to like the destination we want them to go. And again, as of last week, the real focus has shifted for our team to really populate the JFH app and just keep pushing that message as much as possible. And like, even like personally for me, like one of the big shifts for my week is like a new principle of, when someone walks into our JFH home, and this benefits ReelwUrld massively, they should immediately have value, like instant value added to their life. And value is essentially 3 M's. It's what are those 3 M's? Well, one of them is just like monetary opportunities. Like that's one of the things that I'm definitively looking at right now is like, how do we get our creator community like paid from brands? So that's like a massive money, morals, and more fun than watching a movie or show. Those 3 M's. And the meetup on Friday, thank you guys for being there, was massively helpful at reinvigorating that energy, because there's just so many things going on a daily basis for ReelwUrld and for JFH that it can be, you know, literally scattering, like scattered minds, scattered attention, scattered energy. So it was very centralizing. And so, you know, the more active and with you guys putting those hashtags, et cetera, on any of your social platforms as you post on, and supporting that in the app, when I reach out to brands, like it's very tangible for someone to be able to like hear me on the phone, look up Justice for Hire, and then see, oh wow, look at these posts from these other people who are not this guy that I'm talking to on the phone. Guru.
Sorry, I'm also driving. So I was thinking it would be good too if we could take the hashtags that you have us using more frequently and applying them to our previous videos that we've used for JFH. Like for any challenges you've posted on your social medias and whatnot, just to like, because this is stuff that we've already done, but we have really good content so far. You know, and I think that you don't want those things to also be drowned out if we haven't put those on there, if we haven't put like all the hashtags that we are using moving forward.
In my education of social media, adding a hashtag after the fact is going to keep that content, potentially keep it buried. And it's not necessarily going to lift it to the top. And if you have different information, please let me know. But in my experiments and research, it doesn't necessarily boost the content specifically on Instagram. It might be different on, I don't think you can edit TikTok after the fact.
I not necessarily mean boosting those particular videos. I mean leaving them in a space to where when you look back at it uniformly, you can see that it has all of those hashtags, that consistency within it, so that people are like, oh, this all goes together. Like, oh, okay. Like if there was it, without a doubt, obviously, you know, we're doing our jobs, quote jobs, to make sure that, you know, you understand what's happening and where this is at and like what universe this is a part of. But also at the same time, for those that, you know, might need a little more handholding to say like, hey, you know, like this is all part of Justice for Hire. Like, don't forget to check us out. Like, check out ReelwUrld. Go invest on WeFunder, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that you're like, if you wanted to go back and switch your hashtags, I think that's amazing. It's not something I would personally ask, just because, like I said, I understand that thinking very much, and in my investment in that thinking, I have not seen the results that I've wanted to move the dial. I think that the thing that'll really move the dial is just new content with the hashtags, and you know, obviously keep on tagging the JFH and ReelwUrld, and tell people to go to the app and check out the WeFunder, et cetera. And for this week, you know, I will share one thing. Like this is a little bit it's separate but connected. But you know, I'm talking to a buddy who may come on board with ReelwUrld, and the intention is to essentially within a year's time put us into a $1 million in annual revenue company. And so like that's awesome. And the thinking behind achieving that goal is totally in line with you know, the martial arts and sports stuff that I've done in the past. So I'm very, very excited about, I'll have another call with him on Friday. So I just want you guys to know that that's something that we're talking about there, and that's all the mental practices and efficiency in terms of our thinking and strategies and execution. All of that will continue to level up with in alignment with this intent, with this goal that's being set. So, I mean, I'm very, very excited about it. It was that was another conversation I had on Friday. I've been talking to him for a while, known him for years. And so it makes me very, very happy because again, at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that everybody who's a part of our community has the opportunity to bring wealth into their lives through what we're doing, like mental, spiritual, physical, and material, et cetera. So that's gonna be cool. And I think for this week, if you guys, last week it was take on any particular challenge. So, and creator, I know you've been working on stuff. You sent me something that we can repost that I have not seen yet because I'm out in tax duty all day. Oh, awesome. Creator has made this, he's leveling up his suit. If you guys haven't seen this yet, it's crazy. I've seen only photos. It's the first video I'm watching, and I'm watching it with you as I hold this up. To Creator, this is super dope, man. And please post that on the Gear Up. I think there's a Gear Up challenge that we have on the journey. I think that would be really appropriate for that section. Let me just check. Suit up for the first time. So yeah, I would post that if you can on the oh great. Just saw your message. Okay, great, thank you. Yeah, and of course on social, I'll post it on JFH as well. There's a bunch of, you guys are essentially every time you're creating content, like providing a ammunition for us to fire on the main JFH brand accounts, which is phenomenal, and ReelwUrld too. So like there's still ammunition that I have not fired yet that we are going to fire. It's just been a matter of handling a bunch of like internal stuff so we can get there. Be able to
do you want, for those of us who have stuff on the app for the journey challenges and whatnot for you to use and like fire away on the app, do you want us to post those on our account, on our like other social medias as well? Because I know there's a few that I have that are on the app. I know I've gone through quite a few journey challenges.
I think that's if you haven't, and I think one of the big things that we're attempting to do here is to have as much regular impact from more than just the JFH brand account as possible.
Right.
So
right.
if for a week you're like, hey, you know what, instead of doing a new journey challenge or a new challenge, training challenge, etc., I'm going to fire one of these ones that I've already done that I just never put on social. And
yeah, I was just thinking about like in addition to. So yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, all of that adds value. Like I'm doing my best to be as mindful of your guys' time and energy as possible. Like, hey, like one piece of content a week on social in the app, and then one post that's a thunderclap a week. And like that to me is a great place to start for us to keep moving. And I think it's working. I think it's doing I think we're collectively doing a great job. Sensei, Mike.
Yeah, so something to keep in mind, especially as we try and expand this, is different people have different hurdles. So I said before, my main hurdle isn't making stuff, it's editing. I had to pretty much learn that as I went, where, as dumb as it is, I grew up doing jiu-jitsu demos from our local dojo and all that. I can do it with my eyes closed. So some people are the opposite. They have great camera skills, but they don't necessarily know how to act if they want to act or do action. So that's something to really think of going forward, I think, is people I know hate that question you get in these job interviews, like, what's your weakness? But we really need to pick on that at some point. Not as a bad thing. You could rephrase it in management speak, say, where do you have the most room for improvement? If people prefer that. But everyone's better at something than others. And if your weakness is something that's important, like in my case, editing, you really have to know it.
That's great. That's great. That's a great. Those are great polls. Somehow, I love the way you're very conscious of the how it's framed, what words we choose to articulate that, because essentially, I mean, I think the three of you on here, Eric is taking a little pause right now because he's got a new job. So we paused his agreement, and he'll come back as soon as he can. But his schedule is very intense. But that being said, I mean, I think that the three of you guys, represent enough unique skill sets that if somebody else in the community was coming out and said, hey, I'd love to just talk to somebody that's doing that has this skill set, or this is where I could use improvement, and being able to introduce you guys to those folks, I think is just is essentially connected to us expanding the team, and also connected to what we were discussing last week in terms of each one of you eventually leading your own team based on your own skill sets that you feel most strongly about. Sure does make that dream work. Teamwork sure does make that dream work. Ben, thank you, Sensei, for mentioning that. I mean, I'm for this week in terms of a thunderclap. Let's focus on the announcement that we made on Friday, but we haven't gone live with yet. Only Eric asked for the Google Drive link of the video because he saw it on YouTube for our Urban Action Showcase announcement. So he posted it on Saturday, I think. But the brand account hasn't done that yet, and we should all do that this week just to let people know, hey, this is happening right now. Urban Action Showcase has given us some real estate on their website, which is great because any other website that is, especially one as highly trafficked as theirs, that has JFH real estate on it is obviously like just helpful for SEO on Google. It's helpful for just the brand identity. So I'm on the fence whether or not we'll link back to that, but I think it might be a good idea, just so people can have a touch point, and then go from there. He links directly to the app.
Chicken combo? Yes, please. Yep.
There we go. And so yeah, Thunderclap will be that video for Thursday, same time as usual. And for the video for this week, I mean, unless you guys have. If you guys have a particular idea and one of you wants to own, go for it. But otherwise, I would just say any JFH mission or challenge you want to take on, please do go for it and post on social in the app.
So maybe not this week, but maybe one week we should all focus on making a challenge. Because at some point we're going to run out.
That's a great idea. It's actually a really, really great idea. And totally forgot that we have that wonderful functionality.
Right. I was thinking maybe not for this week, but just because I was thinking about my schedule personally. Maybe next week being like we can make a little commercial, like a little JFH commercial with our personal hero.
I'd be interested. I mean,
like, so like, you could have your hero jumping in to save the day in whatever the scene is. And then like, as they are punching out the bad guy or taking the cat out of the tree or, cleaning up the lawn, that they turn them like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. What am I? Well, I'm a hero for hire, and then goes on to like spew a little bit about JFH as they're like finishing up their mission, like they're handcuffing the bad guy and they're getting ready, like whatever, they're about to take him to jail, or they're climbing down out of like a tree with the cat, and they're like give it back to the little kid.
I love that idea, like a character trailer.
Yeah,
that's great. I think that's great, and I'd love to see that. I'd love to think more deeply about that too, even for my character, because that would be super dope. Yeah, man, that sounds great. So yeah, this week, let's keep this week very simple. It's also tax week, so I think lots of folks, you know, are still like kind of getting out of that mindset. So then let's keep it, like I said, the thunderclap it'll be the video. I'll put that in an email, and the anything you guys can take on as a challenge or a mission, and just please post that to social and the app. And I think we're good to go for this week. And I'll highly anticipate next week with that to talk more deeply about this. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for making today super efficient and wonderful. And I love you guys as usual. Deeply appreciate each and every one of you guys. So, you know, just let me know if there's any way I can be helpful during the week. And yeah, and for the posting again, it's fine literally anytime before our next meeting. So like anytime within the week, it's not any particular day. The only particular day is the thunderclap Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 noon. And anytime you're gonna miss anything, just let me know beforehand. And it's always all good. It's just a matter of just communication. So I love you guys and thank you. And this.
Bye, y'all.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Bye.